Hey folks, Eric here at Avid, and I've got a question that came in from a user on the forum about measuring the laser tool height on EX controls and how it differs between the 15 watt and the 45 watt. So I'm going to show you how that works right now. Okay, so let's talk about some differences between the 15 watt laser and the new 45 watt laser. Obviously the 45 watt is a lot more powerful, but there's some physical size differences to these lasers, and the setup of them is slightly different between the two. So I'll link here to the video of the full laser setup, but essentially you go through the wizard and you set it up as a 45 watt laser, and instead of using the fixed tool height setter to set the Z height of the laser, you're actually going to use this 21 millimeter block. And one should have been provided with your kit. It's going to look different than this one. You may have a plastic or metal one. This is just an early prototype we were using. But essentially, the utility for measuring the laser height is in the exact same spot. It's in the utils menu from the main screen of CNC 12. But instead of having you put the nozzle on the spoil board and use the fixed tool height setter, it's actually going to have you use this block. And the reason it has you use this block is that this nozzle is actually adjustable. So there's a set screw up here, and you can move the laser nozzle down or up depending on what type of material that you are cutting. So if you're cutting like real thick foam, you might want to move this nozzle up, and if you're cutting some very thin material, you might want to move it down a little bit. The focal point of the laser never changes. You can just change the location of the nozzle. And the reason that this nozzle is movable means it's an unreliable point to measure how high the laser is above your spoil board and get an effective height. So we measure using a feature on the laser that never changes relative to the focal point of that laser beam. And that feature is this flat edge right here. So the utility that on the 15 watt laser would have asked you to put the nozzle tip on the spoil board is going to deploy the laser and ask you to rest the laser on top of this block. And that's going to look something like this. So you'd have it down like this. You'll get a couple confirmations asking you that you have it like this. And when you do, the laser will pop up. And now your laser tool height is set. So that is the subtle difference between setting the laser Z height on the 45 watt versus the 15 watt laser. Hopefully that's helpful. If you guys have any more questions, please let us know. This video came directly from a post on our forum. So definitely go in there or hit us up on socials, and if you've got questions, we'll make videos. Happy making. Thanks.